my kid likes espresso. Let me bring them to the short and sweet. No, I would never bring my kids to short and sweet tour. That's just me. That's just me. I'm sorry. Why are we bringing our kids to go see? Have you ever tried this one? What is up? It's your girl Alicia back with another video. How are you doing? Because I'm doing great. And as you can see by the title, y'all, we are about to be getting into some unpopular opinions. Now, this was not my original plans, okay? I know I've been away for a while, okay? I've been sick, y'all. I've been sick. I literally couldn't come on screen, but I am back. I'm better than ever. And this was not my original plan. Everything I'm about to talk about, I've wanted to make into an individual video. But I was like, instead of making it into individual videos, how about I just put it in an unpopular opinions video? Now, if you haven't seen my face before, haven't been on this channel, hello, my name is Alicia Nicole. I do all things music commentary, music reactions. I'm trying to get into movie commentaries. I've talked about pop culture things in the past. If you want to go check out my unpopular opinions videos, I do have 2 of those that you can go check out. It's in a playlist. Pretty sure it's labeled commentary under my channel, so if you want to go check that out, you can go check that out. But today we are going to be getting into some of my unpopular opinions. Now, before we get into my unpopular opinions, I put out a community post asking y'all what you guys would want my opinions on. So I thought I would get into those first, because I just feel like I should, because it's like, let me cater to what y'all want to hear first, and then I'll get into my stuff. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so we are going to be starting with the first comment on the post coming from Rem. I want your opinion on Taylor Swift. Oh, also Gracie Abrams. So let's get into Taylor first. I get exactly what you mean. Like, there's a lot of people that have very strong opinions on Taylor Swift. And I feel like her fans, her non-fans, her haters, X, Y, and Z. I also lie in the middle. I am not really, como dice, a hater. I'm not a hater of Taylor Swift. I've mentioned Taylor Swift a couple times on this channel. I've even put her in an unpopular opinions video, but I will bring this topic up again because I feel like I talked about Taylor Swift before, but not in depth. Honestly, my opinion on Taylor is, okay, let's get into it, y'all. I am not going to hold back. Y'all are gonna get the nitty gritty, okay? I feel like, me personally, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. Point blank. I never felt a strong attachment to Taylor Swift. I never thought, oh, like, I thought like maybe let me get into her gig, but not in the sense of like, oh, she's one of my faves or X, Y, and Z. I'm not a very strong Taylor Swift kind of girl. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe her music just doesn't resonate with me. Not to say that she isn't talented, not to say that she isn't a great lyricist or an even great performer, because I see some of her tour videos from the Eras tour. Like, my girl, she be working, but would I go as far as to say that she is somebody legendary in this household? It's just not given that, y'all. Literally, I did grow up listening to Taylor Swift in the sense of I used to listen to her popular songs like Shake It Off and other songs. I low-key got into Reputation when it came out, though. Like, I will say, when that era was out, I was tuned. That was like the first time I was really ever tuned to Taylor Swift. But Taylor Swift has never been a present force when I listen to music. Like, she's never a girl that I go turn on. You know what I mean? So I think that's where I stand with Taylor Swift. I'm not a hater, though. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, she's so untalented, I don't get the hype. If you like Taylor Swift, you like Taylor Swift, period. That's just is what it is. But me, I've never been a Taylor Swift girl. You know, so I hope that clears that up. Like, I don't hate her, but she's never been somebody I go listen to. Now, when it comes to Gracie Abrams, I don't know a lot about her, and I'm glad that you brought her up because I've been thinking about getting into her gig, because it's like, she makes music, I feel like probably similarly to Taylor Swift in a way, but I like her vibe more, if that makes sense. Like, I like her vibe a lot more. But I don't have a really strong opinion on Gracie Abrams because I don't really know like her vibe. Like I hear some of her songs on TikTok, but not to the point of like I like have a very, very strong opinion on her. But I will get into her gig if y'all want me to. But that's how I feel about Taylor Swift and Gracie Abrams. Moving on to the second comment is, do you think 2010's music is better than 2020's music? And to give you a short answer, yes, I do. I'm sorry. Here's my thing about it. 2010's music was just an era. Like 2020's, like we lost, like, okay, yeah, we like kind of lost where we were going. And this is kind of going to stem from one of my other unpopular opinions. But because of the very present social media force, we are not getting originality like we did back then. Like we got so many different things, y'all, from Teenage Dream from Katy Perry, okay, from Break Free from Ariana Grande. Like we had eras, like there was eras in the 2010s. 2020s, I feel like a lot of musicians try to cultivate their sound around TikTok and around what's a cute sound bite and around what's gonna get the girls talking. Like there's no originality anymore. Everybody wants to sound the same, and I think that's what makes 2010's music sound a lot better. And not even just sound better, but just be a better era. It's just a better era for music, me personally. Like people do not want to be original anymore. It's just the bottom line. People were taking more risks, I feel, back then. People were being creative with their music back then. Now it's just like, I hope this trends on TikTok. That's my standpoint on it. I'm not saying, this is not to say, I'm not saying that all 2020's music is bad. I'm not saying this era has bad music. I'm not saying all of it is bad. I'm just saying like, I think 2010's is better. And I want people to start being a little bit more original with their work. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, I left the last question for last because it's gonna be kind of serious. And I knew this question was coming. Because on this channel, I have publicly spoken about Melanie Martinez. I've spoken about how much of a fan I am of her, how I've been a fan of hers for a very long time. So I knew this question was gonna have to come sooner or later. And I've kind of been putting this off because I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like maybe I shouldn't say anything, but I'm not gonna ignore this question. Okay. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me asks, what's your opinion on Melanie Martinez? So if y'all don't know why they asked that question, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of a backstory. Not too much, okay? There's hundreds of videos you could go watch about this whole thing. So if y'all don't know, I don't even know the dates and the times, but I'm pretty sure like 7 years ago, this woman named Halle came out accusing Melanie Martinez of essaying her, and she has now come back and spoken out about it again. And I feel like this is a very touchy situation when we're talking about essay, sexual assault, and we're talking about allegations, because we were not there. We were not there when things conspired. And I feel like, I personally feel like everyone, and I feel like a lot of young people are coming on. I know I'm young, but I mean like younger than me. Like I feel like a lot of young people are coming on the internet and kind of trying to choose sides and try to go back and forth like, hold on, like, oh, she's my fave, so I have to side with her, or oh, X, Y, and Z. This is my personal opinion on essay, period. Not even just this situation at hand. I believe you should always believe the victim, period. There's no back and forth with it. I feel like always believe the victim, because you would rather, this is my opinion, okay? I'm not saying you have to have the same opinion. This is just my opinion. Because you would rather believe them and it be the truth than to go on the internet and strip away their voice and silence them and them end up telling the truth. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel when it comes to Melanie Martinez. It's such a touchy situation because as a fan, obviously you don't want this to be true. You don't want something like this to be true. You don't want to see your fave in a bad light. But at the end of the day, everybody is capable of doing wrong. At the end of the day, everybody is capable of doing things you wouldn't think they're capable of doing. I'm not going to get on here and say, Melanie did this, Melanie didn't do that. I don't think that's my place. I don't think that's my place. What I will say though is I hope that both Melanie and Timothy can handle this situation offline. Point blank. That's my honest, real, raw opinion. I'm not saying that Timothy can't come on the internet and speak her truth. It's her story to tell. However, I really wish this was handled a little bit differently, only because there's so many outside opinions involved with something so serious and something so touchy. You know what I mean? I feel like this could have been handled offline, away from the public, because the public's always going to have something to say. And that's honestly, I've been thinking, like, should I do Melanie content? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I genuinely feel like whatever happened needs to be resolved. Both of them needs to talk to each other and work this out. Genuinely, we don't know what happened. Point blank, we don't know what happened. However, me personally, I think it's something that should take off a line, because when things come to the internet, it could get convoluted and misconstrued, and things can take on a life of its own. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. And that's how I feel about the situation. I don't know if that made any sense, y'all. I really hope that made sense, because I'm not trying to choose a side. I'm not trying to say, oh, I agree with Melanie or I agree with Timothy, XYZ. Like I said in the beginning, always believe the victim. If harsh proof evidence comes out that Timothy was lying, then she was lying. But as of right now, she says she's been essayed. So yeah, it's such a sticky situation. And when I was younger, I used to watch all these videos about other people's opinions about the whole thing. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I was just going based off of what people were saying. But at the end of the day, as I've gotten older, it's like, we don't know what happened. And we may possibly never know what happened if we don't ever hear Melanie's side. And maybe it's not for us to entirely know, because that is something private that happened. Timothy chose to share it with the internet. So now we all know about it. Yeah, it's such a touchy situation, y'all. I really wish I could give y'all a concrete answer of how I truly feel. But I feel like it's not my place to say somebody is lying or somebody is not. You know what I mean? There's so many different videos made, different posts made about this situation, and I want y'all to form your own opinion on it. That's how I feel. I feel like y'all should be able to form your own opinion on it. So that's how I feel about it. It does make me really sad, because Melanie is someone that I've looked up to for a really long time. Literally, she's inspired me so much. But sometimes you have to face the music, you have to face the fire, and you have to admit when you're wrong. And if Timothy is telling the truth, and if Melanie did do what Timothy is saying, then she has to own up to it. I think she has to own up to it. So yeah, that's how I feel about Melanie Martinez. I'm still not sure if I'm going to be making Melanie Martinez content at the moment. I support her art, but I don't ever want to support somebody who has harmed anyone else. I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't want to do that. So if it ever comes out, because these are all allegations until proven. However, I'm not sure. But that is my opinion on that. And we are going, I wanted to get that out of the way because I knew it was going to be heavy, but now we're going to be moving on to my unpopular opinions. I've been looking down at my iPad because that's where I have the opinions at. I hope this video is going to be short and sweet. I don't know, I talk a lot, so we're going to see. But I have 9 opinions before us. So let's get into it. First, we have Glow outselling Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I've heard a lot of talk about Miss Glorilla outselling Megan Thee Stallion. She didn't outsell her up to the highest degree in power, okay, y'all. She just outsold her by a few, but she still outsold her. And I just want to say this is my true opinion on Glorilla versus Megan Thee Stallion, or whatever people are trying to do on the internet. They are friends. They're friends. And I feel like it's not for us to pit them against each other. I feel like they're gonna be happy for each other at the end of the day. I do want to say that I understand that in the rap community, it's about competition. It's about the sport, okay? So I'm not saying that the sport is going to rip apart their friendship. I'm just saying, like, as viewers, I don't think it's for us to be like, oh, Glow versus Meg. It's not given that. It's not given that. I honestly, truly, it did take me by surprise, but at the end of the day, Glow is very talented. As soon as Glow came out, she makes really catchy music. And I feel like Megan Thee Stallion has her own lane that she has to navigate. Honestly, if I'm being truthful and honest with y'all, I do feel like Megan Thee Stallion has to switch it up at some point. I feel like she is trying. I feel like she's trying. But I need something new from Miss Meg. I need something a little bit new. I don't know what it is, but I need something. I feel like Glow brings that, like, something new, something authentic, and something fresh. You know what I mean? And I think that's probably why she outsold Meg. But at the end of the day, I really don't see it as too much. You know what I mean? Like, this is not like a Nicki versus Meg situation. Meg is friends with Glow, and I love to see the community of the rap girls coming together. Point blank and period. Like, I like seeing the girls come together. And I understand rap beef is going to be a part of rap. It just is what it is. It's always been that way. But I like community. I like when girls come together. I don't care. I'm a girl's girl. I don't care how people try to misconstrue it and make it seem like being a girl's girl is bad and being a girl's girl is earned. No. A girl's girl, I'm always going to have your back, and I'm always going to want that authentic friendship, that authentic love for one another. So I love to see that they're doing that, and that's what I want to see implemented more. Not to say that we can't have a cute tussle, a cute, like, back and forth, like, oh, I'm that girl, I'm that, you know, whatever. But to actively pit these two women against each other is just dumb. It's dumb. Like, there's no reason to do it. They're both talented. They both have their own lanes to pass. And that's generally how I feel about that. Okay, moving on to my second opinion. Sabrina's tour not being kid friendly. I feel like these opinions are going to go by really fast because, y'all, I've been thinking about this for so long that I know exactly what I want to say. Anybody who's listened to the Short and Sweet album knows Short and Sweet is not a kid-friendly album. When has Sabrina's new era, okay, I'm not talking about her Disney days when she was freaking 14. I'm talking about Miss grown Sabrina Carpenter, Miss 25-year-old Sabrina Carpenter. When has she ever screamed kid-friendly? When has she ever screamed, bring your kids to the Short and Sweet tour? Did y'all listen to the songs, or is it just me? Do we listen to the same album? Have we been watching the same woman? Like, I want y'all to be so for real. So you thought it was okay to bring your kid to see a woman perform Juno? Have we heard the song Bedchem? Y'all can't be serious. I think these women, these ladies, these men, whatever, these parents heard espresso and was like, oh, kid likes espresso. Let me bring them to the Short and Sweet. No, I would never bring my kids to the Short and Sweet tour. That's just me. That's just me. I'm sorry. Why are we bringing our kids to go see? Have you ever tried this one? There's no way y'all didn't know what y'all was signing yourselves up for. And when, okay, if you want to bring your kids to the Short and Sweet tour, that's a choice. But then to go and complain about it on the internet because you didn't like how she presented herself, what she was wearing. Are you being for real? People are ridiculous on the internet. People are ridiculous. You give somebody a phone once, you give somebody a source to the internet and they go crazy. It's just like if I was like, oh, I want to take my kid to go see Megan Thee Stallion, for example. When in Megan Thee Stallion's whole career has she ever given kid friendly? I want you to think about that. So I'm not sure if we're not monitoring what our kids are listening to. Because, okay, you could argue, oh, I don't listen to Sabrina Carpenter. My kids just like Sabrina Carpenter. Why aren't you monitoring what they're listening to instead of going on the internet and bashing a grown woman for doing grown woman things? I don't get it. I literally hate having this conversation because it's literally what would end this whole debacle is not you chastising Sabrina Carpenter on the internet, but it's you deciding not to bring your 11-year-old daughter to go see her. Have you ever tried that one? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. I don't care how you flip it, bob it, twerk it, twist it. It doesn't make sense. Don't bring your child to a Sabrina Carpenter tour because you know, instead of like, I don't know, like she looks cute, she looks fab, she's doing the dang thing. Why are y'all pressed? Why are y'all pressed? You should be upset at yourself. You're projecting because there's no way y'all thought that the Sabrina Carpenter tour was kid friendly. Case closed. Moving on. Okay, opinion number 3, Cynthia Erivo, AI debacle. Now, I think this is the most unserious one, but one of the most serious ones, because I'm going to bring some nuance to the table, okay? Because everybody's coming from my girl Cynthia Erivo. I'm going to bring some nuance to the table. Now, if you don't know what happened with Cynthia Erivo in this AI thing, basically a fan had made a edit of the Wicked poster. I'm going to show you the Wicked poster, the original Wicked poster back then. Then I'm going to show you the Wicked poster that they have now. Then I'm going to show you the fan edit. So as you can see, the fan was trying to recreate the original poster of Wicked. Cynthia was like, okay, she wasn't having it. So she put out a message on her Instagram and just was talking about how she felt like that was just the worst thing anybody could have possibly done on human earth. And yes, I will say she took it out of proportion. Let's acknowledge that. It was an over-exaggeration. However, yes, she took it out of pocket. Okay, that didn't warrant that. The fan was just having fun, and the fan didn't deserve all of that. The fan didn't deserve that. However, think about it from Cynthia Erivo's standpoint. She is an African-American woman. She's a Black woman, okay? She is fulfilling a very big role. And it comes with a lot of controversy. It comes with a lot of hate. It comes with a lot of unnecessary racism. And I feel like she grouped it all together without really taking time, stepping back from it, and really assessing. Hold up, y'all. Tell me why I've been looking for this. Oh my God. She didn't take time to assess everything. And I feel like you have to look at it from her standpoint. Imagine you are being called monkeys. You are being called the N-word. You are being called racist things. You're being bashed for being a Black woman. And you're wrapped up in everything that's going on, that you're not really taking time to realize this wasn't hate. This wasn't hate. No one was trying to erase you, girl. But people have tried to erase her in the past. People are trying to not even have her in the picture. And you have to look at it from there. I'm not saying what she did was right. In fact, I think it was very over exaggerative, and girl, it wasn't, none of that was called for that. However, I do see it as, girl, she probably has a lot of pressure going on her. Okay, she has a lot going on, and she probably just looked at that and thought, oh, here goes another thing. Here goes another thing the internet is trying to do, and she blew up. Okay, y'all, I'm not saying y'all, okay, all my people of color, okay, this is no bash to y'all. I'm just saying, okay, you might not know how it feels for people to erase your voice because of your race, or not want you here because of your race, not think you're worthy of things because of your race, not worthy of fulfilling certain roles or getting certain accolades, or the pressures of being online, the pressures of being a public figure as a Black woman or person of color. So you might see it as she was blowing out of proportion, but you also have to step back and think, why did she do it? Was there a reasoning behind it? What would have made her blow up at something so minuscule? And I wanted to provide some nuance to the table because I see people bashing her on the internet, and I understand, like, okay, girl, calm it down. But you have to realize when you're in that position, so much is going on, and you're getting so much hate that it's just like you take it all as hate, and you're not stepping back to realize people are just having fun with the movie and the character, because these are characters and things that are so beloved to them. I'm not a Wicked fan. I don't know nothing about Wicked, but I am excited to go see the movie, y'all. I am excited about, despite all this controversy around these girls, I'm still really excited to go see it. But I do want to allow her some grace, because I do think she is under a lot of pressure being a Black woman in the spotlight, and a dark-skinned woman at that. And people wanted to erase you from the narrative because of that. So that's all I have to say on that. Like I said, yes, she did, but I could see where she was coming from. Case closed, moving on. We're moving on to Miss Ariana Grande, because both of our girls are under fire right now. I've talked about Miss Ariana Grande on this channel. I have stopped talking about Ariana Grande. If y'all cannot tell, I've only been talking about her music because I'm gonna say this. This was not even supposed to be on the Unpopular Opinions list, but y'all, a lot of Arianators cannot see when Ariana Grande does wrong. They can't. I'm an Arianator, and I'm older now. When I was younger, I was just like everyone in my comments trying to defend her. I get it. She's your fave. I love her too. But that doesn't mean people are exempt from doing wrong. Wrong is wrong. And I just decided I'm not going to talk about Ariana Grande, because I feel like people can't admit when she's wrong. And so you have to admit when people are wrong. And I've learned that, y'all. I've learned that, because I was just like that too. Like, oh no, like literally having her back 24/7. And it's like, girl, her being darker than you at times wasn't right. But we're not going to talk about that. I've already talked about that. We're going to be talking about Ariana Grande and the Elvira debacle. Now, if you don't know who Elvira is, I knew who Elvira was because of drag. She is the queen of Halloween. What is there else to know? And a lot of people don't know who she is, so they're like trying to discredit her and be like, who is this woman? That's not the point. I'm going to tell y'all the backstory of this situation. I'm going to tell y'all my opinion. So basically, Elvira, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if she was at a meet and greet. I don't know what she was at, but she was at a thing, and I think a question was asked, who is the rudest celebrity you have ever been in encounter with? She said Ariana Grande. She said Ariana Grande brought about 20 plus people backstage to meet Elvira, and she asked her to take pictures with every single one of them. And when Elvira asked to take a picture with Miss Ariana Grande said, I do not do that. And she felt that was rude. Listen, Lindas, okay? Was it rude for Ariana Grande to decline a picture? I will say this. I don't think celebrities have to take pictures with you if they don't want to. I will preface it by saying that. I feel like we have normalized being rude to celebrities, and not just rude, but expecting things of them that they do not owe us. That's just me. You can feel otherwise. And I feel like even with the whole chaperone thing and her sticking up for herself, people were really mad and people felt like she didn't deserve the fame. Am I saying chaperone is sunshine and rainbows and lollipops to deal with? I'm not saying that. But I am saying my girl has a right to stand up for herself when she feels like she doesn't want to do something. If I ever become famous, me personally though, y'all, like if I ever met any of y'all out in public, oh, we're taking pictures. Obviously, I'm not famous, but if I ever saw anybody who supports me, I love y'all to the bottom of my heart. So I'm gonna want to take pictures with y'all, and you know, I love y'all. That's just me. Not everybody is like that. Not everybody has that. And so I don't feel like people are always entitled to taking pictures. I just wanted to get that out the way. However, I think this is a whole different situation, because you're telling me that Ariana Grande made, and it wasn't really a forceful thing, because I do want to say that Elvira is also in the wrong as well. If you didn't want to take pictures with 20 plus people, you could have said no. I know it's a struggle. I'm still learning how to do it too. Say no. When you don't want to do something, say no. It's easier said than done, especially as a people pleaser or somebody who doesn't want to hurt people's feelings. It's hard to tell people no, but it doesn't exempt you from fault. It's still your fault. You didn't say no, and then you took pictures with 20 plus people. When it comes to Ariana Grande, I could see how that could come off a bit rude, especially if I just took pictures with 20 of your fans or whoever was with you or whatever. That could come off as rude. Now I want to go to Ariana Grande's side of it all, because she did respond. I'm not going to be talking about the response. I might put a picture of the response so y'all can see it for yourself. I do want to say that a lot of people forget that during that time, Ariana Grande experienced a very horrible thing. I'm talking about the Manchester attack. She went through a very, very horrible thing that I cannot fathom. And I feel like obviously that is going to change the trajectory of anybody's well-being, and anybody's mental health. And maybe at that time, she wasn't doing well. We all know that. If you're an Arianator and if you know what was going on with Ariana Grande back then, you know she wasn't doing well. Of course she wasn't. So I do want to give her grace in that department. Anxiety is a real thing. Mental health is a real thing. And I do understand it. However, it doesn't warrant being rude. I will say that. But you can be under so much pressure, and you could be under so many emotions and feelings at once that it kind of causes you to lash out, or causes you to kind of act in a way that you wouldn't have if you weren't going through something like that. So my conclusion being, I feel like they were both kind of in the wrong. However, I do allow grace for both of them. I allow grace for both of them. Sometimes it's hard to say no, and sometimes we're going through things and we are rude to people. We're human. We're not perfect. I'm not trying to say that everything Ariana Grande has done is just sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, and she should get away with everything, because I don't think that, even though I'm a fan. I don't think that. However, I understand. Okay? I feel like these are going by really quick. I feel like I'm just like boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, my phone's about to die, and almost half an hour in. We are half an hour in. Moving on to Unpopular Opinion number 5. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to plug my phone up. Okay, negativity on social media and how it kills authenticity and creativity. So this is kind of what I was saying in the beginning with 2020's music kind of giving all the same vibe, and no one's trying to be creative and stem out and do their own thing and be freaking creative, because that's what we're supposed to do as human beings. I feel I'm a creative. Y'all know that. Okay, and I just feel like people are not being creative because of social media. If you really think about it, back then there was no social media. It wasn't heavily present. There was no outside opinions. If you did something, it would be consumed by real people in real life, in your face, not people hiding behind a screen and a keyboard thinking they could say and do whatever the heck they want to say and do. Okay, and I feel like because we have social media and it's such a heavy presence, it is killing our creativity. We are so afraid to do something different or be somebody else or be who we want to be because we are so consumed with what people think of us. Period. We are. Honestly, this video is not even an unpopular opinions video. This video is a TED talk, okay? I'm giving y'all knowledge. I'm giving y'all knowledge. That's the tea. No, and I'm not just talking about music. I'm talking about being a real freaking human being. Everybody wants to be the same. Everybody wants to look the same. Everybody wants to dress the same because of social media. I genuinely believe that. It really is that phone. It really is that phone. We're looking at our phones, we're looking at what's going on, we're looking at everybody else, and we want to be like them, or we want to talk like them, we want to dress like them, we want to look like them, we want to make music like them, we want to make videos like them, we want to do X, Y, and Z because we want to be popular, we want to be socially digestible. And I hate it. I hate it. I'm sorry. I love when somebody is authentically being themselves. I'm not saying that we can't pull from inspiration. That's a whole different thing, because I feel like as human beings we are going to affect each other. Even if we didn't have social media, just being around each other, we are going to affect each other in the way that we do things, but not to the extent that we are trying to force ourselves in a box that wasn't created for us. Clock it, gag it. We're not. God did not make us all the same, y'all. He didn't make us all the same. If we were meant to be all the same, we would all look the same. We would all talk the same. We would practically be robots if we were meant to be the same and be created the same. So I'm tired of people getting made fun of on the internet for being themselves, or being teased because, oh, they're not wearing the latest this, they're not doing the latest this, they're not on all the trends, they're not this, they're not that. Skip that. Skip it. Thank you, next. Like, and y'all, I'm so passionate about it because I know people talk to me all the time and they're not authentically themselves. They don't wear what they want to wear. They don't do their makeup how they want to do it because it doesn't fit society's norms. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. We only have this life on this earth to live. Why would we want to live it confined to the shackles of social media? Literally, when I go on people's especially Instagram. Oh, Instagram irks me, y'all. Instagram irks me because every time I go on Instagram, it's always negativity. Negativity city, y'all. Nobody can have an original thought. Nobody can have an original idea. And if you do, it gets shot down. That's why we need more people that are not afraid to do what they want to do and inspire other people to do what they want to do. You know what I mean? But that's that on that. Negativity on social media is definitely killing our authenticity and creativity. And I really feel like I wish the world was kinder. And I wish people were more open-minded to people being different. Gosh, is that. All right, moving on to unpopular opinion number 6. Stop with the remakes. We need something new. So this is like a pipeline straight down to the next one. Why are we not making new things, y'all? We need new content to devour. I don't want to see 6 and 7 remakes of the same doggone movie or show. Why can't we get something new? Why can't we get something new? I understand it works for the networks and it works for the ratings and it works for the pay and the money that people receive from making umpteen thousand different remakes. But why can't we get something new? Because honestly, every time I go on streaming networks, it's all like the freaking same thing over and over again. Guess what, y'all? I'm 19 years old, pushing 20. I'm pushing 20, y'all. Why am I up here watching My Little Pony? Reruns of My Little Pony. It's getting ridiculous, okay? And I'm done with that. I'm done with it. I want something original. I want something new. And not y'all, it's gonna be my time. It's gonna be my time. Cause y'all, I don't put myself in a box. I don't just make music. I'm a writer. I write. I want to be an author. I want to be a director. Somebody put me on a show. I want to be an actress. I want to do it all. Let me into the board meetings. I have something to say. But yeah, y'all. That is that on that. Stop with the remakes. Thank you, next. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot I put this on here, y'all. Oh, we get into the nitty gritty, y'all. We get into the end of the list. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I love you so much from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for watching this video. Okay. 7. The glorification of having kids. Now listen, y'all. Before y'all come for me, okay, I've grown up with single mothers. Darn near everybody in my life is a single mother. Darn near. So this is not coming from a place of judgment if you are a single mother, because kudos to you. You're doing the dang thing. You have your kid is alive. You're alive. You're doing the dang thing. However, this is what I don't like. I don't like going on social media and it being glorified of having kids before marriage. Now listen, I know I'm not gonna get too personal, y'all, but I know not everybody wants to get married. I get that. But don't have no kid. Don't have nobody's kid unless you have a rings on your finger. Okay? It's getting out of hand. And I would get it if people were reprimanding people and being like, no, stop. I get it if it was an accident, okay? Accidents happen, period, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people genuinely out here having kids on purpose. Where we do that at? Where do we do that at? I'm tired of people having kids and cannot provide for them. Don't have 2 cents to your name, but you're popping out children? No. Stop it. I'm not, look, listen. It's your body. Okay, you do what you want. But I really wish people would stop having kids. I'm sorry. And it's not even just the fact of having kids. It's so normalized now. Back in my day, when I was a young sprout, that was not okay. That was frowned upon. No, you shouldn't be doing that. But now it's a free-for-all. Again, this is no judgment to any single mothers or single fathers. But let's stop planning to have kids if we single. And let's stop having to plan, not even if you're single, if you can't afford it. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all the real reason why this popped up in my head. There is a lady on TikTok. She got like 5 or 6 kids, planning to have more. 1 bedroom, okay? She has a man, but the kid's sleeping on the floor. Where do we do that at? Where are we doing this at? No, you're selfish. Like, there's no other way to put it. There's no other way to pop it, flip it, twerk it, twist it. You're selfish and you need to stop. And I'm passionate about this because it's like the kids didn't ask to be here. The kids didn't ask to be here. And you keep having them. But you have a 1 bedroom. And you're sleeping in a bed with your husband. The man isn't a real man. The man ain't a real man. I don't care. I don't care if y'all cancel me right now. He is not a real man. Real men provide. Real men provide. So yeah, I hate this whole let's have a kid, let's have a kid, let's have a kid. Where's the ring? Where is the ring? You're creating broken households. I could make a whole I could make a whole video on this. It would be like 5 hours long because there is no way. Like I said again, no hate to single mothers. I know plenty of single mothers in my life. Single mothers raised me. However, that don't make it that don't make it okay. And I could tell you every single one would have rather did it the correct way. The correct way. Stop having kids if you can't afford them. Stop having kids if you can't afford them. Stop having kids if you can't afford them. It's simple. Yeah. I get it. If it was an accident, if it was beyond your control. So please don't try and misconstrue what I'm trying to say. That's not on the kid. And the kid shouldn't have to struggle with you because you decided to make interesting choices. Now the kid is suffering because of your decisions. And you want more. Okay, let's move on. Now we're moving on to Halle and DDG's breakup. Now, when this happened, I was going to make a video dedicated, mostly on all these topics, I was going to make a separate video, but I decided not to. I didn't want to talk about Halle and DDG's breakup because, again, it's none of my business. However, they did kind of make it our business when they put their relationship online. However, I didn't want to speak on it because we personally don't know what's going on behind closed doors. But what I will say about Halle and DDG's breakup is, to be honest with y'all, it kind of made me irritated. It made me irritated because this also was another pipeline from the first Unpopular Opinion. Or not the first one, but the one I just said. Because a lot of the times, people will have kids unmarried, and then they split up. God knows why, but they do. And it's irritating because it's like y'all are creating broken homes and broken families. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how much money you have. That child will never be able to grow up with its mother and its father in the house. Me personally, this is my standpoint. If we didn't need fathers, God wouldn't have made men. If we didn't need mothers, God wouldn't have made mothers or women. God made both together. He didn't just make one. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to, and I'm not saying if you are a single parent and you're doing the dang thing, you're doing the dang thing. What I'm trying to get at is that's not how it was designed. That's not how it was meant to be. If that's how it was meant to be, guess what? There would have been one woman made. There would have been one man made. There would have been one made if we were just supposed to have one. I didn't expect to get on here preaching, but here it goes. So no, I don't believe that we should be out here creating broken homes. However, this is no shade to Halle and DDG. Things happen. I just was sad when they broke up. I'm not saying that they were meant to be together. I also don't think that just because you have kids together, that means you have to be married. If that makes sense. Or what I mean is, like, just because you have kids together, that doesn't mean you need to marry each other. Because just because you decide to have kids doesn't mean y'all are compatible for marriage. In fact, I would rather you not get married if y'all aren't ready to get married or meant to get married than get married and then get divorced. However, I wish people would I don't know. That's not none of my business. That's how I felt about their breakup. I genuinely was kind of like, dang, more for Halo's sake. Not for them, because things happen. People don't work out. That always happens. But it's really about the baby. Like, dang. You know? I feel like DDG is doing a lot on social media. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm not on the DDG hate train. Let's put that out there. Not on the DDG hate train. Does he do a lot? Is he extra? Yes. I'm pretty sure that's always how he's been. He's a YouTuber. YouTubers 9 times out of 10 are extra, okay, for the coin, or just because that's how they are. But I don't have any I don't have no hate towards DDG. I just wish he would pipe down. Halle's doing amazing. Halle's glowing. Halle's beautiful. But there's nothing more to say about that. But for the whole breakup, I was really more just sad for the baby's sake. Halle and DDG breaking up isn't the worst news. I'm not celebrating the fact that they broke up. I'm just saying, like, dang it. I didn't think there wasn't somebody I looked up to. You know how people be like, oh, if they broke up, I would never believe in love. They were never the poster relationship for that in this household. That's how I feel about the Halle and DDG breakup. I'm hoping that they're obviously gonna be good co-parents. Things happen. I really don't want y'all to take it as no. I'm just saying I wish it didn't happen. It's happened. Let's move accordingly. So the last opinion on my list is y'all are weird about Chloe Bailey. And I was gonna make this a video too. I was gonna name it y'all are weird about the Bailey sisters in general. But because I've already talked about Halle, it's time to talk about Chloe. Y'all are weird when it comes to Chloe Bailey. Point blank period. When I'm talking about y'all, I'm not talking about my people, my crew, okay? I'm talking about the people in the back. Y'all, when Chloe first came out, y'all talking about like, oh, she doing too much. She needs to calm down. She needs to stop doing all that sexual stuff. She needs to stop doing all of that. Now that she's been a bit more silent and falling back, oh, she's boring. She needs to do... The girl can never win. The girl can never win. The girl can never win. Honestly. And I genuinely believe y'all don't like to see talented, successful Black women win. Period. Y'all hate to see it. Y'all hate to see a successful Black woman coming. Y'all hate to see it. Because I'm gonna keep it real 100%. There's some very mediocre white women doing what Halle is doing. What Chloe is doing and making bank and being beloved by millions. But y'all want to come for Chloe. No names. I'm not naming any names. Don't speculate, because I'm not talking about specific white women, but there is a lot of white women mediocre, half the talent as Chloe, and y'all praise that. Y'all praise that. Y'all praise that. So what's the difference with Chloe? Be for real. Be honest with yourselves. Now, am I saying I believe Chloe is talented? I do. Am I saying all her music hits and lands? No. We can be for real. But what I am saying is y'all are not even giving her a chance. Y'all are not even giving her a chance to shine and grow. As soon as the girl came out, y'all had something to say about her. As soon y'all have something to say about her. Y'all can never let people flourish and shine and find their voice and find what they want to do, because y'all are always bashing. I'm not saying we can't critique, and I'm not saying we can't have conversation, but to completely just count her out is insane. It's insane when y'all give leeway to Ice Spices. When y'all give leeway to Ice Spices, be honest with yourselves. Because when I tell you the girl has a vocals out of this world, she can sing, and y'all are not giving her that chance. Y'all are not giving her that platform. Y'all are not giving her that space and opportunity to grow as an artist. And I hate to see it. I hate to see it. I hate to see it. Like, what is that? Y'all give grace and room and time, years on end, for people to play in our faces and not have not a lick of talent. Let me stop. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. Y'all don't want to hear the truth on this Thursday evening. Get it together. Y'all, the general public is the reason why we don't have good and talented people running the pop industry or running this industry in general. I'm not saying it's an absolute. Like, there is some talented people doing the dang thing. We know this. However, it could be a lot better. It could be a lot better. So that has been my unpopular opinions video. It got pretty serious, but I had to say what I needed to say, get some things off my chest. I'm sorry for the inconsistency, y'all. I promise you 2025 is going to be my year, y'all. I'm still working on the deluxe version of Euphoria. If you are wanting to listen to that, stay tuned for that. But I am going to try and film and do my best to post every week. I'm not gonna let weeks go by without posting. That is ridiculous, okay? But yes, that has been my video. Like always, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.